Well, if your clock is ticking to the countdown for retirement, there are some things you need to do now to make sure you keep as much of your hard-earned dollars as possible. Certain mistakes can mean big losses to your life savings. John Nealon is the CEO of JCN Financial and Tax Advisory Group. It's a Houston area firm focusing on preparing people for a successful retirement. Good morning, John.
Good morning to you.
I love the story of how you came into this business because you witnessed the emotional part of it and the fear part of it with your mother-in-law when she went to go check on why she was losing money in her retirement fund, and you say that she was not treated with any kind of compassion.
No, it was remarkable. I was a contractor 20 years ago, and she was bemoaning her investments, and I kept telling her, "Tell your guy you want something safe." And eventually, she had encouraged me to go with her to see him. And I was just flabbergasted because I assumed June, my mother-in-law, wasn't telling this person what she wanted. And then when I shared her that she was a widow for 15 years and she'd been losing money, all he ever told us was, "Don't worry, it always comes back." And it just infuriated me because I just thought it wasn't right. And I left out his office that day back in October 20 years ago and asked June, I said, "Good gosh, do you think other people are in the same shoes as you?" And Deborah, I literally went into business that month.
Wow. All right. And that was 20 years ago. Today, the financial atmosphere is a lot different. You were joking earlier in the commercial break. You said, "I didn't know you were that flexible," as I was talking about doing the Cirque du Soleil. You know, multi-stream income is a good thing. But for a lot of people, they don't have that multi-stream income. So it is even more important that they protect what they have. And you say financial planning is the most successful aspect of the retirement toolbox.
Without any single doubt. I mean, put it in perspective. Imagine, Deborah, you're going to go build your dream house, okay? It's going to be so many square feet. You're going to have so many bedrooms, bathrooms, all the things you want. You know you want. What's the likelihood you would have a builder build that house for you without having a set of blueprints to say exactly what you want to have and what it's going to cost?
Yeah, not having that written plan. Okay, so I know all people are going, "Well, but I have my IRA, I have my 401k. What else do I need to do?"
Well, you have investments. So planning is more than investments. And there are really three efficiencies to take a look at. One is the distribution efficiency. So if you've got stocks, bonds, cash, gold, whatever you have, if the order you touch those for income means you have more or less, then how important is it to know that? Tax-wise, oh my goodness. If you have a retirement account, it's the most taxed account in the land. And guess what? It penalizes savers. So you had a plan to get money into your 401k, but if you don't have an exit strategy, the IRS does. Yeah. And lastly, well, you've invested, Deborah. How well are you doing? You need to know how efficient it is. So efficiency test. So all those three things we put into our financial plans, those three efficiencies.
Yeah. And the plan can either tell you what else you can do or it reveals your other risks. You have cracks in your foundation. And there are, of course, lots of challenges when you suffer big losses at retirement, when you're kind of in what you call that red zone.
Yeah, well, a big loss can really be resolved with enough time, but you may not have enough time in retirement. If you retire at 60 years of age and you lose a whole bunch of money, what's the result? Again, it all gets back to the plan, though. You can simulate these ideas, okay? You can say, if something bad happens this year, this much, how do I survive that? But you can't do that just by going and buying investments. And it's really a consumer mindset. I need to go, my idea of my plan is buying a better investment. And look, I'm all for the best investment. But if you don't manage those three efficiencies, whatever pile of money you saved is smaller.
Yeah. What got me right away with you, the last time I spoke to you, is when you said there is a difference between tax planning and tax preparing. And a lot of people think they're the same.
I think, Deborah, most people do. My dad was an accountant. It's where I got kind of my zeal for planning. But my dad used to tell me, he goes, how important it was to gather all of those receipts to get on the return. He goes, "John," he goes, "I'm looking through the rear view mirror to see what happened the previous year." And what I do, Deborah, I look across the dashboard to see what kind of savings we can put in place so that when the tax return is done, there's a savings there. There is just, I cannot tell you how few people that call me have ever done it. But that's what it means. It means that you're exacerbating your risk. You're taking greater risk because if everything's in a highly taxable account, you've got to have more of it to get the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go to two ends of the spectrum. One is I'm about to retire. It's too late for you to do anything for me. Or I'm young, I've got time, so I'm not really going to come in to look at this yet. Why should both of those people still come in and have their whole portfolio looked at?
Because the most important thing you need to know is what you don't know. Yeah, I was in business about a year or two before I realized it's remarkable. The people that I was seeing that had a lot of money weren't sure they had enough. So they came to see me, can I retire, John? What's this look like? So it changed my business practices. I learned I had to teach my client how this works. So those that have enough, I've got to teach you why you have enough, how that works. And you know the biggest problem the biggest saver has? They don't have a plan to spend.
Yeah.
So they're going to survive that retirement, right?
Right.
Die and leave somebody else. So most people that call us, we do a plan for, by the vast majority, have plenty of money, but they'll fact they have a little more or more, depending on how efficient it is.
Yeah.
Now, and my kids, I've taught them all to be savers, pay yourself first, because time is your best friend. So that young person, I would show them why it matters so much to save early.
All right, so you mentioned kids, and I know we cannot get out of this without you saying good morning to a very special person in your life.
That's true. My baby girl Olivia is over in Galveston, and I can tell you this: she works for a family business, but my gosh, she is better than I ever imagined. She was unbelievably great employee, and she loves what she does, and she gets what we're trying to do. See, what I'm trying to do, Deborah, my business isn't really about investments or tax. I'm trying to help people have a better life.
Yeah.
Part of that
and not pass that
enough
burden on to their children. Because I was part of that sandwich generation where it's like, helping with my mom, and then I've got my 17-year-old son and the whole bit. John, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Take care. Thank you much.
And providing some peace of mind. All right, if you're looking to make sure you have a proper tax strategy for retirement, John has a great offer just for Great Day viewers. The first 5 callers with a portfolio of $500,000 or more, he's offering a complimentary retirement plan. This will allow John and his team to sit down with you personally and provide you with a plan analyzing where you are right now and discuss your best steps for a successful retirement. That plan to get you where you need to be. The number to call is 832-345-9300. Again, that is 832-345-9300. He can help you with that peace of mind we talked about.